So I often get asked what makes red wolves so special. Well, they're quite a unique species that evolved uniquely right here in the Southeastern United States. And they're only one of two sort of top-level apex predators that we have in the Southeast.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think the red wolf is something of a national treasure. It maintains ecological balance in our pine forests, mountains, and swamps. And it also, unfortunately, happens to be the world's rarest canine at this point. And due to various challenges, including poaching and political pressure, it's literally on the edge of extinction. Fewer than 45 red wolves are left in the wild, and that's really tragic because only 10 years ago, the red wolf recovery effort was a great success. We had over 150 animals in the wild, and at that point, it really did look like the red wolf was on the long-term path to recovery. But again, the red wolf is now at the point where it's now or never for the species in the wild.
For us, coexistence really comes down to being able to reduce conflict between humans and wildlife. And what we tend to focus on mostly is helping to adapt and change human behaviors in wild places and around wild things that we share the landscape with. So more specifically with red wolves and coexistence, we are doing a few different things. The first thing we're trying to do is to elevate the profile of red wolves because unfortunately people just aren't aware that they exist. The second thing we're doing for red wolves is working on some novel incentive programs to help incentivize local landowners and those that are more directly affected by red wolves to both work cooperatively with them to understand what would be the best solution, what would incentivize them to coexist better with these species. The third thing we're doing for red wolves and what we've gotten underway this year, the year of coexistence, is development of a community red wolf ambassadors program. So we're essentially training locals who are interested in red wolf conservation and recovery and enlisting their support in getting out and educating and informing their neighbors, their friends, members of their church or their schools, really to just talk about not only the importance of red wolves in the ecosystem, but what we each can do as individuals to make room, make space, and conserve the species into the future.
Coexistence for red wolves is really all important. You know, you look at the land ownership in the Southeast and the majority of the land is under private ownership, and that includes the red wolf recovery area, which is over 60% privately owned. So if we're gonna make strides for the red wolf and if we're gonna truly recover the species, we have to work with people. We've got to work with private landowners, sportsmen, the general public, and work to create an atmosphere of coexistence and tolerance and acceptance for these wild animals like a red wolf on the landscape. It's really critical that all people in North Carolina and throughout the Southeast stand up and speak for the red wolf.
We've almost gotten onto a clear path to recovery once, and we can do it again. But what it's going to take is, again, shifting attitudes, agency commitment, and a culture of coexistence to foster support for this species across the landscape.